Hey guys, welcome back to another second stimulus check update. In this second stimulus check update and stimulus package update video, I specifically want to address the stimulus check timeline. What is it? What has the IRS stated? So that you can be well aware of when you could potentially receive your $1,200 stimulus check. Also want to dive into a $1,200 rental assistance program that you could possibly qualify for. And I'm going to give you a list of multiple different rental assistance programs that, again, if you are from different states, different counties, different cities, hopefully one of these will work for you. And lastly, I want to give you some financial help. So that's what we're going to address in today's video. Now, I ask one thing from you. Can you do me and everybody else a favor and go ahead and like this video? This just tells YouTube they should share it with others here on YouTube as well. And I say this simply because I want other people to get the same information and realize there are rental assistance programs out there that they could potentially qualify for and get a lot of their rental or their rents paid not only for this month and maybe future months, but past months as well. Okay, so I'm going to explain that in a minute. But if you can, go ahead, like this video, and go ahead and share it with your friends and family on Facebook as well. Now, let's address the new news regarding the second stimulus check. Larry Kudlow came on to CNN this morning, did a little interview with CNN this morning. And Larry Kudlow, who, if you don't know, he's the White House economic advisor, he said, and I quote, "There's a $1,200 check coming." Now, Larry Kudlow is one of those people that when he talks, it is usually fairly accurate information. Also, when he talks, he is usually very negative. So being that he said there's a $1,200 check coming, you can pretty much guarantee 100% there is a $1,200 stimulus check coming to you. So just be aware of that. He also said that he would rather had a payroll tax cut on top of this stimulus check, but politically it didn't work. That was something that I've been addressing for probably about 2 weeks, that a payroll tax cut will not pass the House. It just won't. Okay, Nancy Pelosi has stated she would not approve a payroll tax cut, and so politically it was just not going to work. It would have been an uphill battle that I think the White House and the Senate Republicans just didn't want to fight. So let's address when you might receive your $1,200 or your second stimulus check. If you still haven't received your first one, you need to call the IRS and ask them, where is my check? Have you sent it? When should I receive it? Or if you're missing information, what are you missing that can help me get my check soon? All right, that's what I want you to do. Now, the IRS has already stated that the second round of stimulus payments will go out much faster than the first round. The first round from the CARES Act, the first round of stimulus payments went out about 15 days after the CARES Act was passed. Okay, it was a little bit long. I think it was like 18 days technically, but let's say it's 18 days. Well, the IRS said it will go out faster because they already have your information on file. Pretty much at a push of a button, they can send, quickly $80 million or 80 million stimulus checks to Americans. That could be in the first round. So what you should expect is the first round of stimulus checks, the second round of stimulus checks, will probably be sent out about 10 days after, okay? 10 days, which is still fairly quick, 10 days after the next stimulus bill is passed. And that's not just passed by the Senate. That's passed by the Senate, passed through the House, and signed into law by President Donald Trump. So 10 days after Donald Trump signs this bill. Now I want to be 100% clear that, and you understand what this means. This means 10 days after for direct deposit only. That does not mean 10 days after and you will receive a check in the mail. Checks are going to take a lot longer. So that is one of the reasons why having your information, your banking information on file with the IRS is your best move. So if you had to wait months for your first stimulus check to arrive through the mail via check, what I suggest you do is call the IRS and get your banking information on file with them so that you don't receive a paper check this time, so that you get direct deposit and you can get it as quickly as hopefully maybe the second week in August. So let me just give you a quick little rundown. If the next stimulus package, and specifically the second stimulus check, gets passed by July 31st, that is the end of this week, that's Friday. If it gets passed by Friday, okay, that 10 days after, that means it's passed, goes through the House, it gets passed through there, and it gets signed into law by Donald Trump, then it would pretty much be in your bank 10 days later, which would be August 10th. That is the second week in August. If the bill doesn't get passed until August 7th, which is not this Friday, but next Friday, okay, this is the last day the Senate is even on Capitol Hill until they go on their 31-day recess. But if it gets passed on August 7th, you should expect it should show up in your bank account roughly on August 17th. Now, here's what I want to clarify. If it's passed on August 7th, let's say it's passed through the Senate on August 7th, then it still has to go back through the House and then land on Donald Trump's desk. Let's say that takes a few days. Let's say it happens, Monday the 10th. Well, if it happens Monday the 10th, then it would still push it back another 10 days. So it wouldn't be the 17th, it would probably be closer to the 20th. All right? So the chances of you getting your second stimulus check in the first week are slim to none. The chances of you getting it in the middle of August is fairly high, but the highest likelihood is towards the middle to end of August is when you will see your second $1,200 stimulus check. So I just want you to be aware of that. So if you're counting on your money for, let's say, August rent payments or August mortgage payments or car payments or credit card payments, you really should let your credit card, your company, your mortgage lender, your landlord know that, hey, I'll be a little bit short, I'll pay what I can, but the check, once it clears, once I receive it, it will go to you. Now let's talk about the many rental assistance programs that are out there. First off, and this is the question that I've been receiving from many people, not just here on YouTube, but on Facebook as well. And if you didn't know, yes, you can. You can send me a private message over on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/homemade-entrepreneur and send me a message there, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Now, the most common question that I've been receiving, both on YouTube and on Facebook, is who qualifies for a rental assistance program? Would I qualify? And people give me that little bit of information about themselves. Let me just explain this, because these qualifications are not set in stone across the board. They vary from city to county to states. So what I have found is, through looking at a lot of these rental assistance programs, is that there's two main qualifications. Well, three main qualifications. First one, you have to reside in the city, county, or state that rental assistance program is for. Okay? Also, in most of these, you have to make less than 80% of the area median income. Now, I say this because some people, they make a little bit more than the median income. So because of that, you would not qualify. Even if it's 81%, you would not qualify. It has to be 80% or lower for your income, and then you'd qualify. That would be the first barrier. The second barrier, which is huge and which is one of the reasons why many people are being denied, is simply because you lost income due to this pandemic. If you lost income because, let's say, your unemployment ran out, that isn't due to the pandemic. Let's say you lost income because your hours were cut for a reason not due to the pandemic, then you would not qualify. If you lost your job, you quit, you would not qualify. So you have to prove that your income is also tied to this pandemic. And if you can't prove it, you will not receive any of the benefits. So if you have truly been impacted from this pandemic, from COVID-19 pandemic, then you need to prove that in order to get some type of rental assistance. So let me give you some of the rental assistance locations that are offering some type of money to people that are renting and are behind on their rent. First off, we have New York City. New York City is offering up to 4 months of rental assistance. From what I can tell, most people pay roughly $3,000 per month. Okay, that is a rough estimate, $3,000 per month. So the $12,000 rental assistance is specifically for New York City alone. They are paying up to 4 months. You can get between 1 to 4 months. Again, in order to qualify, you have to earn less than 80% of the area median income, and you need to prove that your lost income or lost wages are due to this pandemic. In addition to New York City, Washington State, the entire state of Washington, okay, they have a fund that is $100 million that's devoted to rental assistance. Okay, so if you live in Washington State, doesn't matter where in the state, if you live in Washington State, there is a fund that you can go and apply for and potentially get some type of rental assistance. Also, in Idaho, they have a $15 million rental assistance program. It's the exact same thing. You have to live in Idaho, okay? And when I say live, you have to reside in Idaho. If you have nothing that says you reside in Idaho, then it does not qualify. Okay, you will not qualify. Let's say you have a license that says you live in Idaho, but all your other stuff is somewhere else, in Washington State, in Oregon, in Nevada, or wherever, California, then you would not qualify. Again, you have to reside in Washington State and have proof, or reside in Oregon, or reside in Idaho, and you have to have proof. This is the big sticking point with all these different programs, is most people do not have enough proof to qualify. So spend the time. It may take hours, but collect all the information you can, so when you go and fill out your application, you can give it to the program so they know, yes, you do qualify. They have no questions about it. Okay, where should we send your check? Now, in Vermont, they have $25 million that they have set aside for rental assistance, and they also have set aside $5 million for mortgage relief. Okay, that is very important that you understand. It's not just people that are renters that are getting some type of assistance. People that have mortgages as well can get assistance. And with most of these mortgage assistance programs or mortgage relief programs, you have to reside in the property. This does not apply to people that are landlords and their tenants can't pay. Okay, so this is what's usually happening, and this is why a lot of landlords are struggling, because they have to go and talk to their bank and see about getting forbearance, as opposed to applying for one of these mortgage relief programs. In Arizona, millions are going to renters. But here's the problem. Arizona has been hit extremely hard in the past few months. And because of that, the state's rental assistance program has been backlogged from April. So even if you apply today, you're going to go in the back of the queue, and it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger until hopefully they go through all the applicants. And again, hopefully you receive some type of rental assistance. In Hamilton County, Ohio, there's $5 million for rental assistance. This is just in Hamilton County. Okay, so in Ohio, there are many cities, counties, that are offering some form of rental assistance. So again, if you've been impacted whatsoever by this pandemic, please go and apply. It doesn't hurt to apply. If you get denied, you're in no worse off situation than you were before you applied. But if you get accepted, awesome. You will now have some type of rental assistance to pay some of your rent. So you can take that money that you were paying to rent and pay it somewhere else. And here's something else that you probably didn't know. In many of these programs, if you have paid some money to your rent in the past few months and your income has taken a hit, you make less than 80% of the area median income. There's other factors as well, but a lot of these programs will pay back rent. Okay, so even if it's already paid, but you can prove that you do qualify, they will give that rent that they should have given you, they will give it to your landlord, and that would cover future rent payments. So just keep that in mind. Just because you've already paid and you're not behind on rent doesn't mean you still wouldn't qualify, and that payment would be applied to future rental payments. Okay, so that's going to be huge for a lot of people. Now, let me give you some financial help, because this is what most people are struggling with. they have a little bit of money, they have some bills, they have some expenses they have to make and pay every single month, but they are still behind. The majority of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So here's what I want you to do. And I know this first one is not going to be well received by some people, because it just isn't, but it's very helpful. I've even done this, okay? So here's what I recommend. The first thing that can help you out in a financial crisis is to consider using coupons when buying grocery products, okay? When going grocery shopping. And I know a lot of people are like, I'm not that bad off. I don't need to use coupons, okay? But here's the thing. A coupon can save you a little bit of money with every single product that you purchase. Let's say every small amount just adds up. Let's say you buy 20 products, and every single product you can save 50 cents. That means for your little shopping excursion, your little shopping trip, you just save $10. If you go shopping twice per week, that's $20 per week. There's 4 weeks in a month. That means you just saved $80 that month by using coupons. Now again, I know some people are like, I'm not using coupons, I'm not that hard up, I just can't do it, right? But here's the truth. People that are well off still use coupons, okay? And it's that mentality that gets them to where they are. That $20 a week over the course of a year, 52 weeks, that's a good income, right? Over $1,000 that you saved simply by clipping coupons. So trust me when I tell you this. People that do have money still use coupons. I can tell you right now, if I can save 50 cents to $1 to go buy a yogurt, I'm going to save that 50 cents or $1 because I know if I take that, let's say $1 savings from buying a yogurt at like a grocery store, if I can save $1, unless I eat a yogurt every single day, that means I would save $30 every single month just on yogurt alone. And if I put that $30 into the stock market, I'm going to turn that $30 into much more than that. If I take that $30 and put it into a real estate investment project that I have going on, I'm going to make much more than that. So just understand that little bit of money that you have can go a long way in the future. The second piece of advice that I have for you when it comes to getting your finances right is to see about getting a credit card or auto loan forbearance. And a lot of people thought this was only for real estate in the beginning. That's what I thought. But then I started to look into it. I started to make some calls, get some questions from people here on YouTube as well. And a lot of people have been doing that. You just simply call your credit card company and say, hey, things have been going really tough lately because of this pandemic. Is there a way I could skip a month or a couple months of my payments? And in most cases, you still have to pay your interest. However, there are some cases where the credit card company will simply waive the entire payment, waive the interest payment, and they'll just take it off like you made the payment. So it doesn't hurt your credit card score or your credit score. It doesn't hurt anything other than it gives you a little bit of money. Okay? Put money in your pocket to pay for other things. And it happens the same way with auto loans as well. So just go ahead and call your auto loan or your credit card companies and see, is there something they can do? How could they help? Because if you can get, let's say, an auto loan and you can get it pushed for a couple months, that could potentially save you hundreds, if not maybe $1,000 a month just for your auto loan. Now, the third piece of advice, this financial help that I want to give you, it's something that I've been trying to do here on this channel for years, is to get people to start a side hustle. Some type of way to make money from home. Okay? And this does not have to be a full-time side hustle. It can be part-time, and that's what I recommend. So, I'm going to put a list down below, down in the description box below. You can go and check it out. And I'll put a decent-sized list of a bunch of different videos I have put together here on this channel that will show you how to make money from home and online. So if you have any questions on any of those ideas to start your side hustle, then please come back and let me know down in the comment section below what you're struggling with and how I can help. Alright guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you have a wonderful Sunday evening. Have a wonderful Monday morning as well. I'll be back to you tomorrow morning with another second stimulus check update with the updates that I didn't give you in this video that happened today. Also, any updates that happen after I've shot this video. So if you have any questions on the second stimulus check update or stimulus package, please ask me down in the comment section below. Like I said, do me a favor and do all your friends and family a favor as well. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button so it tells YouTube, go and share this with others as well, and go and share it with your friends and family on Facebook. So that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.